4 years ago, I stood in front of this council and asked them to defund Planned Parenthood, and I was actually the only one at that point. But thankfully, Dr. Hofste was there with me, and I got fired up. And what started was just letting people know and informing people about what is happening. That the Children's Services Council was funding the largest abortion provider. However, really, even if you would go back a year ago, with all the people that we had that came out, I wouldn't have said that we would be standing here today and seeing that Planned Parenthood was defunded. However, I do give glory and honor to God for this victory, and I believe that His presence was with us. And I also want to recognize the work of Lila Rose and Life Dynamics and the various other organizations that have stood up and have exposed Planned Parenthood for their involvement in covering up statutory rape, for their involvement in usurping parental notification laws, and for their involvement in covering up the sex trade practice, and also for their involvement in receiving funds specifically designated to target black babies for abortion. This national focus that has been on Planned Parenthood is a huge part of this, and is a huge part of why we have seen dozens of people, sometimes close to 100 people, and even today 92 people in favor of cutting Planned Parenthood funding here today. And so it was a combination of God's blessing and also the national focus and the local people just rising up and putting a stop to this. And it is fitting, I think, for the Children's Services Council, which has as its mission that its mission is to take care of children, and it is fitting that they end this relationship with Planned Parenthood, because Planned Parenthood, frankly, was tarnishing their organization and tarnishing the good organizations that they do fund. And I would like to thank the Children's Services Council and thank their members. First of all, thank Cynthia DeAngelos for being the first one that had the courage to propose that maybe we should look at another organization to fund. And then thank the other board members for having the courage to pull this one group of funding off the table and hold a special search for a replacement to this replacement provider to this funding. And now we can move forward, and we're not 100% happy with the people that were chosen. Kids Connected by Design does, frankly, on sex education, does believe the same way as Planned Parenthood, that sex is a rite of passage, and that every young person is going to have sex, so you might as well give them condoms. What we would prefer is a authentic abstinence-based program that does accurately depict the danger of having sex using condoms, and does accurately show, as government studies have revealed, that condoms do fail to protect against HIV 15% of the time. They fail to protect against herpes and syphilis and gonorrhea 40 to 50% of the time, and provide literally virtually no protection for the HPV virus, which is the leading cause of cervical cancer, which does kill over 4,000 women each and every year. And so, but we are thankful that the Children's Services Council today did also fund the Boys and Girls Club, which their program is, as I understand it, 100% abstinence-based. And that is a huge victory. It's a huge victory, first of all, to see Planned Parenthood defunded. Secondly, it's a huge victory to see a larger portion, in fact, a larger portion than is going to fund condom-based education is going to fund a program that supports authentic abstinence. And that is a huge victory for the taxpayers. It's a huge victory for the children in St. Lucie County. At that, we'll open it up for any questions that you may have.
What is your position as of now going to be as far as the 2014?
Well, I made it clear to the Children's Services Council, maybe I didn't make it clear enough today, but I've made it clear in the past that if they defund Planned Parenthood, that we are not going to be campaigning against them. I don't want to campaign against the Children's Services Council. They do a fabulous job, and whether we believe that it should be based on voluntary donations or whether we believe that it should be based on government taking money out of every person's, every home payer or every property owner's wallet, that's one issue, but it's really a small issue because there are a lot of other government agencies that are taking a lot more. And so we're not going to be campaigning against the Children's Services Council, and you know, frankly, that's not something that we want, because we really do support the effort and the mission statement of the Children's Services Council, and we do support the vast majority of the organizations that the Children's Services Council does fund. So, Sean, we won't be running against you in 2014.
Right, you'll be supporting us.
We'll be well, we'll see.
Come on record, say it.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay. Now, is it Reverend, is it Doctor, or you just go by Pastor?
Pastor,
Okay.
yeah.
Wasn't sure, so I thought we'd
Yeah,
ask.
not a problem.